What if you held the key to a secret library of information? A library that contains the answers to everything you've ever wanted to know. And what if, just beyond the noise of everyday life, there was a quiet, steady whisper, guiding you toward your best life, revealing truths that logic could never touch? This isn't some fantasy. This is your birthright. It's a power you were born with, a silent superpower that most of us have been taught to ignore, or even fear. It's your intuition. For centuries, we've been told that real knowledge only comes from the outside world, from books, experts, and data. We've built a world that worships the rational mind, while that sacred intuitive gift has been left to gather dust. We're told to think, not to feel, to analyze, not to sense. And the result? A deep sense of being disconnected. It feels like we're trying to navigate the huge ocean of life with only a tiny piece of the map. We make decisions that seem logical, but they leave us feeling empty. We follow paths that look good on paper, but lead us further away from who we really are. We can feel there's a deeper wisdom available to us, but we have no idea how to get to it. This is the big problem of our time. We're drowning in information, but starved for real wisdom. Let's be real. How many times have you had a gut feeling, a little nudge telling you not to do something, only to ignore it and kick yourself later? Maybe it was that business deal that seemed too good to be true, and was. Or a relationship where you felt a little knot in your stomach from day one, a red flag your heart was waving that your brain just explained away. Maybe it was a career choice that checked all the boxes, good money, security, status, but slowly, it just sucked the life out of you, leaving you wondering, is this really it? This fight between your head and your heart is exhausting. It creates this constant state of self-doubt. When we keep ignoring our intuition, we break the trust we have with ourselves. We start to feel like strangers in our own lives, looking everywhere for answers except the one place we can always count on, our own inner guidance. And the modern world is an expert at making this disconnection worse. We're hit with a never-ending stream of notifications, opinions, and distractions. Our minds are working overtime just to keep up. Neuroscience tells us our brains are flooded with so much information that our conscious mind only processes a tiny bit of it, like a 100 million to 1 ratio. The rest, handled by our subconscious. When we're constantly plugged into everything outside of us, the noise just drowns out the quiet, subtle voice of our intuition. It's like trying to hear a pin drop at a rock concert. The signal is there, but the noise is just way too loud. The price we pay for this is huge. It's the missed opportunities we sensed but didn't jump on. It's the time and money we wasted on paths that were never right for us. It's the anxiety that comes from feeling lost, without an inner compass to point the way home. Living a life based only on logic is like trying to sail a ship by just reading the manual, without ever looking at the stars or feeling the wind. You might avoid hitting the big rocks, but you'll never find those hidden currents that can carry you exactly where you need to go. You end up living a life of reaction, not creation. You feel like a passenger, not the captain of your own soul. This isn't the life you were meant to live. You were made for more. You were designed to be a co-creator with the universe, to live in flow and alignment, guided by a wisdom that goes way beyond your 5 senses. The solution isn't to throw logic out the window, but to bring it together with this deeper knowing. So, how do we start this journey back to ourselves? How do we turn down the world's volume and tune into the frequency of our own soul? The answer is understanding that intuition isn't some mystical gift for a chosen few. We are all hardwired with it. It's a natural biological function, a smart cognitive tool that you can strengthen with practice. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Let's pull back the curtain on what intuition really is. Scientifically speaking, intuition is your brain's amazing ability to process information without you even being aware of it. Your subconscious mind is constantly soaking up and analyzing massive amounts of data from everything you experience, way more than your conscious mind can handle. It sees subtle patterns and connections that your logical brain completely misses. Intuition is just your subconscious finishing a complex calculation and delivering the result to you as a gut feeling, a hunch, or a sudden flash of insight. It's not magic. It's your brain's built-in supercomputer doing its thing. This is why scientists sometimes call the gut our second brain. It's lined with millions of neurons that react to emotional and environmental signals, often way before our conscious mind has figured it all out. But there's another, deeper side to it. From a spiritual view, intuition is our direct line to a universal consciousness, that hidden library of the universe. It's the voice of our higher self, our soul's GPS, always sending us signals to guide us toward our true purpose. When we work on our intuition, we're not just sharpening a tool, we're opening a channel to infinite wisdom. We're learning to think like the universe, to team up with a force much bigger than ourselves. So mastering your intuition is a journey of bringing these two sides together. It's about mixing the science with the spiritual experience. It's about creating the right inner environment so you can receive, understand, and trust these subtle signals. We're going to walk through 5 simple keys to unlock this power inside you. These aren't just ideas, they're practical, real steps you can start using in your life today. Each key builds on the one before it, creating a powerful framework that will systematically shift you from doubt and disconnection to clarity, confidence, and a deep sense of connection. This is how you become the master of your own intuition. The first, most important key to unlocking your intuition is to create silence. As we've said, the modern world is a constant attack on our senses. But it's not just the noise from the outside, the traffic, the notifications, the media. It's also the noise on the inside, the endless chatter in our own heads, that looping track of worries, to-do lists, and judgments. Your intuition speaks in a whisper, and you can't hear a whisper over the shouting of a busy mind. This is where mindfulness and meditation stop being just wellness buzzwords and become essential tools. The goal of meditation isn't to force your mind to be empty. That's a huge misconception that makes a lot of people give up. You can't stop your mind from thinking any more than you can stop your heart from beating. The goal is to change your relationship with your thoughts. It's about becoming the silent observer. Imagine you're sitting on the bank of a river. The water is your mind, and all the leaves and twigs floating by are your thoughts and feelings. Up until now, you've been jumping into that river, getting swept away by every single thought. Meditation is just sitting on the bank and watching the river flow by. You notice the thoughts, but you don't get carried away. You just watch them without judgment. Oh, there's a worry about work. There's a to-do list. You just watch. When you do this regularly, something amazing happens. The river starts to calm down. The water gets clearer. By not grabbing onto every thought, you take away its power. The space between your thoughts gets wider. And in that new space, in that quiet stillness, the voice of your intuition can finally be heard. Let's try a simple practice right now. You don't need a special cushion or a silent room. You can do this sitting right where you are. Just get comfortable in your chair, gently close your eyes, or just lower your gaze. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly expand. And now, a long, slow breath out through your mouth. 2 more times, deep breath in, and a slow breath out. 1 more, in and out. Now, just let your breath go back to its natural rhythm. Don't try to control it. Just pay attention to it. Feel the air coming in through your nose. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Your mind will wander. That's what minds do. When you notice it's wandered off, just gently, without any judgment, guide your attention back to your breath. Every single time you do that, you're strengthening your focus muscle. Stay with this for just a minute, just watching the breath, noticing the mind wander, gently coming back. Pause for 30 to 45 seconds. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the room. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. How do you feel? Even just 1 minute of this can start to quiet the noise inside. Committing to just 5 minutes of this every day can change everything. It's like clearing the static on a radio. You're creating a clear channel. You're telling the universe, and your own subconscious, that you're ready to listen. Quieting the noise is the first and most critical step to becoming a master of your intuition. Your body is not just a taxi for your brain. It's an incredibly smart and sensitive antenna, always picking up on subtle energies and information around you. Your intuition often speaks to you first through physical sensations. This is the second key, learning to listen to what your body is telling you. We've all felt it, that gut feeling when something is right or wrong, the pit in your stomach when you're thinking about a decision that doesn't feel true, that sudden tension in your shoulders when you're around someone with weird energy, or that feeling of lightness in your chest when you know you're on the right track. These aren't random, they are data points. It's your intuition talking to you directly through your nervous system. The problem is, most of us have been taught to live from the neck up. We use logic to override our body's signals. We tell ourselves, don't be silly, there's no reason to feel this way. We push through the tension and ignore the discomfort. To get our intuition back, we have to consciously relearn how to honor this physical intelligence. A great way to do this is with a body scan. Just like the meditation we just tried, it's about bringing a curious, non-judgmental awareness to your physical body. It helps you get present and tune into the subtle messages it's always sending. Let's try a short version right now. Again, get comfortable and close your eyes if you want. Start by bringing your attention to your feet. Don't change anything. Just notice. Can you feel the floor under them? The fabric of your socks? Are they warm or cool? Just observe. Now slowly move your focus up to your ankles, your calves, and your knees. Just notice any sensations: tingling, tightness, warmth. There's no right or wrong thing to feel. The goal is just to notice. Continue up through your thighs and into your hips. This is an area where we often hold a lot of tension. Just be curious about what's there. Bring your awareness into your stomach and lower back. This is the home of your gut feelings. Notice any fluttering, tightness, or ease. Move your attention up into your chest and heart space. Notice your heartbeat. Feel the expansion with each breath. Does it feel open here or tight? Scan your awareness across your shoulders, where we all store our stress. Are they hunched up by your ears, or are they relaxed? Finally, bring your awareness up through your arms to your hands, up your neck and into your face. Notice the tiny muscles around your eyes and jaw. See if you can soften them just a little. Take one more deep breath, and as you breathe out, let go of any tension you found. Then gently open your eyes. Doing this daily, even for a few minutes, will make you so much more aware of your body. You'll start to notice how your body reacts in different situations. When you have a decision to make, big or small, take a second to drop into your body and ask, how does this feel? Does the idea of saying yes make you feel tight and anxious, or does it feel expansive and exciting? Your body knows the truth, and it doesn't lie. A key skill is learning to tell the difference between a real gut feeling and plain old anxiety. Intuitive hits usually feel calm and clear. Anxiety usually feels chaotic, frantic, and comes with looping, fearful thoughts. By journaling about your physical feelings and what happens later, you can start to recognize the unique signature of your own intuition. Tuning into your body is like learning a new language, the native tongue of your soul. Your intuitive mind, your subconscious, rarely speaks to you in plain English. Its native language is symbols, images, metaphors, and dreams. This is the third key, learning to understand this rich, symbolic talk. Think of it like this. Your logical mind is like a professor who gives a long, detailed lecture. Your intuitive mind is like a poet who gives you one powerful image that's packed with meaning. To get to our intuition, we have to become poets of our inner world. One of the best ways into this symbolic world is through our dreams. When we sleep, our analytical mind takes a break, and our subconscious is free to process things, solve problems, and send us insights. Dreams aren't just random brain firings, they can be a direct line to your intuitive wisdom. The way to unlock this is with a dream journal. The practice is simple, but you have to be consistent. Before you go to sleep, put a journal and pen by your bed. As you're drifting off, ask your intuition a specific question. Something like, show me what I need right now, or give me clarity on my next step. Just repeat the question gently in your mind as you fall asleep. The moment you wake up, before you move, before you check your phone, try to remember any dreams, images, or feelings. Write down whatever comes up, no matter how weird or fragmented it seems. Don't try to figure it out right away. Just capture the raw material. Write down colors, feelings, people, symbols. Even if you think you don't remember anything, just write "don't remember" and see what words or images pop into your head as you write. Over time, as you look back at your journal, you'll start to see patterns. You'll notice repeating symbols, and the meaning of these symbols is deeply personal. A snake in a dream might mean one thing to you and something totally different to someone else. Instead of looking in a generic dream dictionary, ask yourself, what does this symbol mean to me? What does it make me feel? This process helps you build your own personal symbol dictionary. You don't have to wait for sleep to tap into this. You can do it while you're awake through something called symbolic drawing or automatic writing. Here's a quick exercise. Get a piece of paper and a pen. Take a few deep breaths. Ask yourself a question, like what's my biggest block to happiness? Or what energy do I need in my life? Then, without thinking, let your hand draw a symbol. Don't judge it. It could be a scribble, a shape, anything. Now, look at the symbol. What does it make you feel? What words or ideas come to mind? Write about it. For instance, if you drew a tangled knot, It might symbolize feeling stuck. Just getting the feeling out and onto paper can bring a lot of clarity. Another cool technique is to use your non-dominant hand. Ask a question, and then write the answer with the hand you don't normally write with. This can bypass your logical brain and let your more intuitive, creative side speak up. The answers can be surprisingly direct and deep. By playing with dreams and symbols, you're learning the poetic language of your subconscious. You're moving beyond literal thinking and opening up to a richer, deeper kind of guidance. Intuition is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it gets weak. If you use it, it gets stronger. But a lot of people are afraid to start using it because the stakes feel too high. They don't want to get it wrong on a big life decision. And this is where the fourth key comes in: playful practice. You have to build your intuitive confidence on small things before you can trust it with the big stuff. The goal here is to make this fun, to turn it into a game. This takes away the pressure and the fear of failing, which are two of the biggest things that block intuition. When you're relaxed and playful, you're more open. One of the easiest ways to do this is with guessing games. When the phone rings, before you look, guess who it is. When you're at a red light, guess which car will take off first. Get a deck of cards, shuffle them, and before you flip one over, guess the color, red or black. Notice the very first thought or feeling that comes to you. Don't second guess it, just notice and then check. The point of these games isn't to be 100% right. The point is to pay attention to how the information comes to you. When you were right, what did it feel like? Was it a clear image, a quiet knowing, a word that just popped into your head? And when you were wrong, did it feel different? Maybe your logical mind was trying too hard to figure it out. This playful practice helps you build a feedback loop. You start to recognize the unique feeling of a real intuitive hit versus just a mental guess. Another great practice is keeping an intuition journal. This is a bit different from a dream journal. Throughout the day, just jot down any hunches or gut feelings you have. For example, had a sudden urge to take a different way home, felt a strong no about that new person I met, had a hunch to call my friend, and it turned out she really needed to talk. Then, and this is the important part, go back and review it later. Did your hunch turn out to be right? Did that different route help you miss a huge traffic jam? Did your first impression of that person end up being correct? Seeing your intuitive hits in black and white is incredibly validating. It gives your logical mind the proof it wants, which builds the trust you need to act on your intuition in the future. By actively and playfully using your intuition on these small everyday things, you're training it, strengthening it, and building a relationship with it. You're proving to yourself, over and over, that you have this incredible inner guidance system. And once you trust it with the small stuff, you'll find the courage to trust it with the big stuff, the decisions that really shape your life. The first 4 keys were about building your internal setup for intuition, quieting the mind, listening to the body, understanding symbols, and practicing. This 5th and final key is about expanding your connection outward. It's knowing that your personal intuition isn't just an isolated system, it's a receiver, tuned to the frequency of a much larger, universal intelligence. This key is about consciously connecting with that source. This is where intuition goes from being a psychological tool to a spiritual practice. It's the shift from just accessing your own subconscious to connecting with the consciousness of the universe itself. This is the master level, where intuition becomes less of something you do and more of who you are. It becomes a constant, easy flow of guidance. One of the best ways to do this is by spending time in nature. The natural world operates with a deep, built-in intelligence. There's a perfect order and rhythm to it. When you spend time in nature, a forest, a beach, even a city park, you start to tune your own energy to this rhythm. The chatter of your ego quiets down, and you become more aware of your place in a huge interconnected web of life. As you walk, just be present. Notice the perfection in a single leaf. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet. This helps dissolve the feeling of being separate and opens you up to the awareness that you are also a part of this universal intelligence. Another vital practice for this key is cultivating trust and surrender. This can be the hardest step for a mind that loves to be in control. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of your rigid grip on how things need to happen. It's doing your part, setting your goals, taking inspired action, and then trusting the universe to handle the details. It's the faith that when you're aligned with your intuition, you'll be guided to the right people and places at the perfect time. You can practice this by setting clear intentions. At the start of your day, or before a big task, state a clear intention. For example, my intention today is to be open to guidance, or my intention is to approach this meeting with clarity. An intention is like programming your destination into your soul's GPS. Once it's set, you can relax your white-knuckle grip on the steering wheel and let your intuition guide you, even if it takes you on a few detours. Finally, the practice of gratitude is a powerful amplifier. Gratitude shifts your energy from one of lack to one of abundance and openness. When you're in a state of gratitude, you're in a state of receiving. You're more likely to notice the blessings, synchronicities, and intuitive nudges that are always there. End each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, and maybe one intuitive hit you received. This reinforces the positive connection and tells the universe that you're paying attention. By consciously connecting with a larger source through nature, trust, intention, and gratitude, you take your intuitive skills to their highest level. You go from just getting answers to living as the answer. Your life starts to have a quality of flow, synchronicity, and even magic. You're no longer just a person trying to figure everything out. You are a channel for universal wisdom, co-creating a life of purpose and alignment. So, what does it actually look like to live this way? What happens after you've practiced these keys and become a master of your intuition? This is about more than just dodging bad decisions or finding a great parking spot. The transformation is deep. It touches every part of your life. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling calm and clear. The frantic mental chatter is gone, replaced by a quiet confidence. Instead of being paralyzed by a huge to-do list, you just know the 1 or 2 things that really matter today. You move through your day with a sense of ease, like the wind is at your back. Decision-making, which used to be agonizing, becomes graceful. Whether it's a small choice about what to eat or a life-changing one about a career or relationship, you have an inner compass that always points true north. You still use your logical mind to get information, but the final choice is checked against your inner knowing. Does this feel expansive or tight? Does it bring peace or dread? You learn to trust these signals completely, and because of that, you make choices that are truly aligned with your soul, leading to more joy and less regret. Your creativity explodes. Because you've quieted your inner critic and opened a channel to your subconscious, new ideas and solutions flow to you easily. You see connections you never saw before. You solve problems in new ways, because you're not stuck in linear thinking. Your relationships transform. You become more empathetic because you can sense what people are feeling under the surface. You can tell who to trust and who to keep at a distance. You attract people who are on your wavelength, leading to more real and supportive connections. You know when to speak up and when to stay quiet. Most importantly, you develop an unbreakable trust in yourself and in your life. You understand that even challenges have a purpose, often serving as course corrections from your inner guide. You no longer feel like a victim of circumstances, but a conscious creator of your own life. You feel a deep connection to the world and to a wisdom greater than your own ego. You feel safe, guided, and on purpose. You're living in partnership with the universe, and it feels like coming home. This isn't a far-off dream. It's the natural result of reclaiming the gift you were born with. This journey to intuitive mastery is amazing, but it's not without its challenges. It's good to know the common roadblocks so you can handle them with grace. The first and biggest obstacle is doubt. Your logical mind, which has been in charge for most of your life, won't give up control easily. It will question every hunch. It will demand proof. It will tell you you're just making things up. This is totally normal. The key is not to fight the doubt, but to acknowledge it and move forward anyway. Just say to your mind, "Thanks for your concern. I know you're trying to protect me, but I'm going to try this anyway." This is why starting with low-stakes games is so important. Every small correct hit is another piece of evidence you can show your inner skeptic. The second obstacle is the fear of being wrong. What if I follow my gut and it's a disaster? It's important to know that intuition isn't perfect. It's a skill, and sometimes what we think is intuition can be clouded by our own hopes and fears. If you're feeling super emotional, good or bad, it can interfere with the signal. So if you're feeling desperate for a certain outcome, it might be a good time to pause before making a big decision based on that feeling alone. The goal isn't perfection, it's getting better. Be willing to get it wrong sometimes. See every miss not as a failure, but as a chance to fine-tune your internal radio. The third obstacle is impatience. In our world of instant everything, we want to become intuitive masters overnight. But this is a gradual process, a relationship that you have to nurture. There will be days you feel incredibly connected, and the guidance is crystal clear. And there will be days you feel nothing but static. That's part of it. Don't get discouraged. Just keep showing up for your practices, your meditation, your journaling, your body scans. Consistency is way more important than intensity. Trust that even on the days you feel nothing, you're still strengthening that connection. Finally, be aware of what psychologists call cognitive biases. Our brains love shortcuts, and sometimes our intuition can just be an unconscious bias. For example, if you've had a few bad experiences with a certain type of person, your brain might give you a gut feeling of distrust for anyone who fits that pattern. Even if it's not right this time, this is why reflection is so important. Regularly looking back at your intuitive hits helps you tell the difference between true intuition and the echo of old biases. Navigating these obstacles is just part of the journey. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat this like a grand experiment. The path to mastering your intuition isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. You now have the map and the keys. You have the framework to start this incredible journey of reconnection. But knowing this stuff without doing anything is just entertainment. The real change starts when you decide to actually apply it. So here is my invitation to you. Don't get overwhelmed and try to do everything at once. I want you to choose just one of the keys we talked about today. Just one practice that really stood out to you. Maybe it's committing to sit in silence for 5 minutes every morning. Maybe it's starting that dream journal tonight. Perhaps it's doing a quick body scan before you make a decision. Or maybe it's just playing the Guess Who's Calling game. Commit to that one practice for the next 7 days. Just 1 week. See what you notice. See what changes. Then come back here and share your experience in the comments below. What did you try? What did you discover? Your story could be the spark that someone else needs to start their own journey. This comment section can be our collective intuition journal, a place where we can learn from and support each other. And of course, if you got value out of this, and you want to go deeper into mastering your inner world, please give this video a like to let me know, and make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the incredible power that lies inside you. We started with a question. What if you held the key to unlock the universe's secret library of information? The truth is, you do. That key has been inside you this whole time. It's not something you need to get, it's something you need to remember. Your intuition is your birthright, an inner compass designed to guide you to a life of purpose, connection, and joy. We live in a world that teaches us to look for answers everywhere but within. We're taught to trust the experts, the data, the outside voices. But the deepest and most reliable truths are whispered in the quiet sanctuary of your own being. The journey to mastering your intuition is the journey home to yourself. It's about peeling back the layers of old conditioning, quieting the noise of a frantic world, and learning to trust the wisdom that has always been there. It's about bringing your sharp analytical mind and your wise intuitive heart together, so you can navigate life with both intelligence and wisdom. Embrace this path with curiosity, playfulness, and patience. Trust the process. Trust the subtle nudges, the gut feelings, the symbolic whispers. They are the language of your soul. By learning to listen, you aren't just making better decisions, you are entering into a sacred partnership with the universe. You are stepping into your power as a conscious creator of your reality. The hidden knowledge of the universe isn't hidden in some far-off place. It's waiting for you, in the stillness, right here, right now. All you have to do is listen.